Hello, everybody. Am I going live now? I think so. Hi, everybody. This is day 2 of the 6-day training marathon Feng Shui hacks for solopreneurs. I am your host for the training today. My name is Sue. I am a Feng Shui consultant. So, yesterday on day 1, we have talked about what constitutes of luck and how you can harness it. I've also shared with you a technique which you can check which direction that you have to increase your sense of stability, which is based on your birth year. So if you've missed day 1 training, you can find your time later on to catch up with the replay. So day 1, we make a pretty solid foundation on helping you to get a sense of stability so that you feel more yourself, you feel more courageous, you feel more confident and more solid in your own body. And today we want to talk about how you can activate your intuitive power. And what I mean is to cut through all the noise. Why do we need to do so? Because in our modern society, most people are not suffering from a lack of information like the old days. And quite the contrary, most of us are suffering from an information overload, feeling overwhelmed by all the options available, and actually making us falling into the trap of being in the analysis paralysis state, so that we become we feel we are not taking any action. We feel stuck to take any action because of the overwhelming information that we have, and that's not healthy. And in fact, if you want to make smarter decisions in life, you want to have more clarity in life, then activating intuition is very, very important. Have you ever experienced that? Sometimes your heart knows that you have to take the quantum leap to go ahead, but then somehow your head said, hey, it's too risky. It might not guarantee the result that you may wish for. Or another scenario could be that your head thinks that this is an excellent strategy and plan, but somehow your heart or your instinct knows that it just doesn't feel like taking any action at all. Have you ever experienced scenarios like that? Personally, I always come to this kind of dilemma in my life. And that was the point I know that I am not in an awakened state of mind when I am in that kind of dilemma, being stuck in my head with all the thoughts that is contradicting with each other. So that's when we need to activate our intuition, because the intuition is actually one kind of intelligence to help us cut through all the noise and to bring clarity to both our heart and our head, so that our head and our heart can go hand by hand with hand, holding hands together, and they can cooperate instead of going to the opposite side, right? Feeling like having a tug of war between your head and your heart. And it's feeling when you have a tug of war between your head and your heart, it's very energy draining actually, because you have such a strong resistance and wall inside you. So when we talk about intuition, actually there are several aspects and different kind of intuition that we can activate. Most people think that having intuition means that you have established a very strong connection or a channel to connect to the wisdom above, so that you can download divine informations. So this is one kind of intelligence that we can download from the high wisdom above to our crown chakra. This is just one kind of intuition. There are also other kinds of intuition like our instincts, our survival instincts. So it usually comes from our body sensations. So this is our survival instinct where we would know what could be a danger. We could recognize red flags. Have you ever experienced some kind of situation where your body just doesn't feel like staying in a particular space and you want to leave as soon as possible? That's your survival instinct telling you this place, this location, or this space is not in good vibe. So this is another kind of instinct, which in Feng Shui we act as a Feng Shui practitioner. Actually, I've experienced this a lot. There are places, venues, or space where the vibe is not good. There may be some different kind of entities over there, and my instinct would alert me that something is wrong with this space. So that's the survival instinct at play. And when you allow that sensations to tell you signals like that, then you could make better decisions in life. And then there are another kind of intuition, which is interrelational, which is about relationship, which is how you sense the feeling, the emotions, or even thoughts of other people. Some people, they can read others' mind, right? They can read people's mind, they can feel what they are feeling. Usually they're empathic, and this is a very strong and useful intuition power as well. So when we talk about intuitive power, don't limit yourself with just downloading information from the high wisdom. It's not just coming through from the crown chakra. Sometimes it's your survival instinctual sensation in your body, and sometimes it's interpersonal. It is by exposing to a certain person in your life, and then you will get to feel what they are thinking, get to feel what they are feeling at the moment. And this is highly intuitive as well. The problem is most people nowadays, when we are spending too much time in front of a screen, whether it's TV or computer or phone, we have used up a lot of our mental power and energy in that kind of stuff, which in turn occupy too much space in our head and doesn't have enough space left for us to receive the clues, the signs, whether from above, from the people, or from your inner wisdom. So ask yourself, do you have the head space to receive clues and signs? Yeah, because if you do not have the head space to receive that, even that intuition signal is sending straight to you, you might not be able to see it because you're not open to receive. And actually, intuition, it's like a muscle. You need to keep using it to strengthen it. And it's a perfect day today to talk about intuition because it is a full moon tonight. So the first step I want you to try before we really activate the intuitive power is to connect with the moon, because in metaphysics, the moon represents divine guidance. It's like the Google of divine intelligence. So if you are connecting with the moon, then you will be able to access the divine intelligence, right? So today, during full moon night, it's the perfect time for you to do that, to connect with the moon. And how are you going to do that? It's tonight, looking at the full moon, you will find a comfortable seat, and then you will sit with your forehead facing the moon, facing towards the moon. So find somewhere you can visually see the moon, and to face it. And then sit quietly, breathe slowly and evenly, and to release all the random thoughts, all the non-necessary thoughts, all your toxic thoughts or limiting beliefs, everything that you think that is rubbish in your head and mind. Release all those things to the moon and to visualize these kind of thoughts that is not useful. Leave your head and to vanish into the air. So this is some kind of visualization. You can help release all the toxic thoughts, all the limiting beliefs, all the mind blockages, and to release them into the air and to fly and absorb by the moon. No worry, the moon is magnificent enough to absorb everything that you're releasing. And after the releasing is done, you let the moonlight to shine upon you and to cleanse you and to recharge your entire body and all through your energy channels. So this is a very good cleansing ritual that you can do during full moon nights. So if you miss this full moon tonight, you can do this the next time. So this is a very simple but effective releasing ritual that you can use on full moon night in order to connect with the moon, which represents the divine guidance and intelligence. And after you have released all the toxic thoughts, you allow the moonlight to cleanse you, to recharge your body and energy channels, and then you can ask for guidance, ask the moon for guidance for your next best steps to take. So this is the beginner step to activate your intuition. And then we will go further. Okay, so when you have been releasing enough, then you become a clean channel. You are now having more space to receive intuition. There are days where you can use to really activate your intuition and to switch it on and to power it up. So these are the days that are particularly powerful for you to activate your intuition. The first one that is closest to today would be the 25th of June, which is tomorrow. And then there are several days in July as well that I handpicked for you. So these are power days to activate your intuition, meaning if you perform an activation channel on this day during daytime, not nighttime. I'll explain why. So during daytime, when you follow my rituals, which I'll explain next, to activate your intuition, you get special music, special interesting ideas, or serendipity happens in your life more frequently. So this is how to do that. So choose a daytime period where you will be sitting with your back pointing towards the sun, exposing your back to the sunshine to increase your chi level. And the reason that I asked you to activate individual power during daytime and to expose your back to the sunlight is because some people, I keep get questions like when there are a lot of people who love to activate their intuition, but they were afraid to open up channels to other realms. So some people would just simply say, oh, I'm afraid if I open my intuitive power, I might see ghosts. Am I going to become a psychic? Am I going to open up my third eye and to see something that I want to see, that I don't want to see, that might scare me off? So to actually for beginners, if you are really afraid to that kind of thing, then the best way for you to activate into the power in a safe in a safe way and to only download positive stuff and things that you can handle is to use this method, meaning to use a daytime period. You can use noontime if you want the yang qi energy at the highest. And then you will sit with your back pointing towards the sun and expose your back to the sunlight to increase your qi level. And by doing that, you would absolutely feel protected, whatever you are getting in terms of the individual message. Okay? So this is an important step. I mean, when I am sharing and formulating these kind of rituals, I'm not the kind of person who would just copy and paste and do some random stuff and flow in there. I design every step with a particular rationale in mind to help you streamline that. Okay, so I hope you appreciate what I'm sharing here and the rationale behind why I choose a daytime. Because some people might ask that, okay, I feel more creative during nighttime before bed. Can I do so? Can I activate individual power at night? My answer would be that yes, you can. However, in a long-term period of time, this is not something that you want to cultivate. You do not want your intuition, you do not want your intuition to only come to you before bed, because in the long term that would really interrupt your sleep pattern, because your mind is too activated before bed during nighttime, so you would be having a lot of difficulty in your sleep, which in long term doesn't good to your vitality and health, and in the long term it won't help you to become more vital and to have a strong manifestation power if you allow your intuition to just come visit you at night. Remember, I said intuition is just a muscle. So when you are training up a muscle, you want to train your intuition to be active during the daytime so that you can use your intuition during daytime for work, because normal people work in daytime, right? So while you are training your intuition, of course you want to train it to be active during daytime so that you can use that directly for work. So that's how I'm teaching you to train it like that. Okay, so that's why we would recommend you to use the daytime sitting with your back pointing the sun, and then ask for what you want guidance on with a command. A command means to ask your intuition, which is your inner wisdom, to show you how to achieve a certain goal that you set for yourselves. And then after you have setting that intention to ask for the guidance, focus on your physical body. Notice your sensation from your head to the toe. While you are taking slow breathing in, breathing out very evenly and very slowly, like 4 counts on breathing in, 4 counts on breathing out, and then for each count it would last for like 1 second. So breathe until you feel you're totally in your body and you can feel your sensations from head to toe. And when that happens, close your eyes and then count down from 64 to 1. Why 64? 64 is the Chinese metaphysics Gua number, which is the Yi Ching, the book of change. The Gua number, the total number is 64. Okay? So counting down from 64 to 1, like that. 64, 63, 62, 60, 59, 58, and so on until you go down to 1. And while you are counting down, no other thoughts during the counting, or otherwise, if you have random thoughts or you feel distracted, start all over. And then once you finish counting, you should be able to access what I call an awakened state. This is a mental state where you feel calm, where you feel timeless, where you feel you're melting with everything around you, or some of you might feel like floating, you feel like very happy, very light. That kind of state, when you follow my instruction thoroughly, you will be able to access that awakened state. And in neuroscience terms, you are having a beta brainwave. No, sorry, you're switching from the beta brainwave when you are highly awake to an alpha brainwave when you are in a meditative state. So this is an alpha brainwave that we are trying to enter with the body sensation noticing and the counting. And then once you've reached that alpha state in your mind, you will be able to swim in the divine intelligence here in this headspace and stay here as long as you wish, and to explore what kind of muses, what kind of interesting ideas, what kind of divine intelligence you are going to be able to access right in this state. And then whenever you feel ready, you can come out of the awakened state by moving your fingers and your toes, and then you can come back to your conscious life. So this is how we enter the awakened state in order to activate your intuitive power. And you can try in these power days, because when you try on these days, usually you will get quite good results. Yeah, so this is what I am sharing with you today to activate your intuitive power so that you can make better and wiser decisions with a more capacity of your headspace to receive divine downloads, to receive signs from your instincts, and to become a healthy empath. So I hope you find today's sharing meaningful and useful to help you activate your intuition. And then tomorrow we will talk about how to tame your inner critic and to overcome imposter syndromes with Chinese metaphysics, including Feng Shui and Chinese astrology. So I will be seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.